This game should be at Beaver Stadium. It'd be sold out in less than a second. Half Steelers fans, half Eagles fans would be absolutely incredible. 110,000 people. I get like goosebumps even just thinking about it.
You're tuned in to the Ross Tucker Football Podcast, guiding your gridiron journey, none other than your host, former NFL lineman, Ross Tucker.
Oh, yeah, it is. But it's not just any Ross Tucker Football Podcast. I would never do that to you guys, especially not on a Finish Strong Friday, a Picks Friday, a Winners Friday edition of the mighty RTFP. I'm Ross Tucker, former NFL offensive lineman, 5 teams, 7 years. Those of you that check us out on YouTube can see that, youtube.com/Ross Tucker NFL. Got a bunch of shows. I know most of you know that. College Draft comes out on Monday, talking college football, the best prospects, making bets against the spread. Tuesday's the Even Money Betting Podcast. Steve Fezzik and I both up 30 units. Again, highly recommend you if you're into betting or even curious about it. The Even Money Betting Podcast. Fantasy Feast Wednesday and Thursday. This show, Ross Tucker Football Podcast, is daily, Monday through Friday. And on Fridays, I give you my picks for each and every game after I give the recap of last night's game, Niners and the Rams. I also will announce the winners because I love those of you that go the extra mile later on in the show. And I'm going to finish this show strong, finish this week strong, just like I want each and every one of you to do for the work week. So you can love watching the Army-Navy game and the NFL games over the weekend. Let's get right into it. It's Big Show time.
The Big Show.
I can't say that I was expecting 0 total touchdowns on Thursday Night Football when Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay got together, but that is exactly what ended up happening as the Rams won 12-6. Listen, they were just tougher. Now, I will say part of the reason why there was no touchdowns was the weather, but that wasn't all of it. I mean, neither team could throw the ball very well at all. Purdy had a bad pick late, which really hurt the Niners. Stafford had maybe the biggest play of the game on the bomb to Puka Nacua. I just thought the Rams were tougher. They ran it better with Kyren Williams. They really controlled the action and the ball pretty much the entire second half. It felt like the Rams had the ball. They had to have won the time of possession. Kyren Williams, love everything he does as a blocker. And thank you very much, by the way, to Chris Shula for rushing 5 on the Hail Mary to end the game. We've been waiting for someone to do that. The Rams very much alive with their playoff hopes, and hard to believe it, but the Niners are done.
Want to know which team is going to win every single game on Sunday? Then listen up.
All right, Ross, we're going to start our first game being the Dallas Cowboys, who are at the Carolina Panthers.
Forgot to mention, by the way, Jack, the Big Show, my recap of Thursday Night Football, that was, of course, presented. Everybody already knows, so I don't need to say it. But actually, I do need to say it because they're paying for it. The Thursday night recap I just did, that was presented by Labatt Blue Light. Drink some Labatt Blue Lights with your friends and live life to the power of we. Always enjoy responsibly. Beer, Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York. All right, what game?
Dallas Cowboys at the Panthers.
I like Carolina. I like the way they've been playing as of late. You know, Overshown is banged up for the Cowboys. It's so sad to me that he might not even play next year. Just awful. Absolutely, absolutely awful. So anyway, I like the Panthers to win the game. I think the Cowboys thought that they still really had a chance. They seemed very distraught after that game. I think they thought they were going to win out, and if they won out, still make the playoffs. I appreciate their confidence with Cooper Rush, thinking that they were going to win out. Obviously, that did not happen. And so I think there's going to be a little bit of a letdown from the Cowboys here, and even just not having Overshown hurts quite a bit. Let's go Carolina to get their first win in a while. They've been knocking on the door. This time they knock it down. I think Carolina, I don't think there's a ton of points in this one. Maybe 23-20 Panthers.
Next, we got the Kansas City Chiefs, who are at the Cleveland Browns.
So I definitely think that the Chiefs are going to lose another game this year. I'm not sure I can pick this to be the one. Wouldn't be surprised at all. You know, Jameis is like one of those guys, kind of like when I say that Matthew Stafford and the Rams have a puncher's chance. Jameis is one of those guys that any game he plays in, there's a chance he goes off and his team wins as a result. And maybe that happens against the Chiefs defense that hasn't quite been the same, not playing at the same level. But again, when I make these picks, I make them based on what I would do if I was putting money on the game, or I recommend to you guys if you're putting, like, it's like what I think is the most likely scenario. These are not guesses. These are my best guesses, I guess you would say. So I think the Browns find a way to lose at the end. Mahomes finds a way to win at the end. That's the most likely scenario. I don't know, like every other Chiefs game this year, 20-17, I guess.
Next up, a sneakily good game you mentioned on yesterday's show, the Miami Dolphins at the Houston Texans.
Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins need to win out for a shot. Miami Dolphins need to win out, and they need to root real hard for the Colts to beat the Broncos, which is interesting because the Dolphins are kind of, chasing the Colts too for that last wild card spot, but they need the Broncos to lose. Man, this is a game I could go either way on, Jack. The Texans don't have Alshire with the suspension. Jalen Petrie, we just found out yesterday, is officially done for the season with that torn pec. That's a huge loss. So now the Texans are down 2 defenders at the second level, which is the level that the Dolphins attack often. That said, Texans coming off the bye, Texans playing at home. Can you tell I'm going back and forth right now, Jack? And I'm not sure who I want to pick. I'm hemming and hawing. Gosh darn it. I'm going to take the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are playing better. I think they know they need to win out. I think those guys missing for the Texans are significant. So I think it's a fun game. I think the Dolphins win 24-23. That's an upset.
Ross's Underdog of the Week.
Next up, the New York Jets are at the Jacksonville Jaguars in one of the games this week.
In one of the games this week. I love it. By the way, one of our listeners, Russell Gutierrez, I don't know if you saw the emailed Ross at rosstucker.com. He said, I got something I bet you Jack doesn't know, which is that the Eagles and Steelers, were you going to say this later?
No, I wasn't even going to bring it up because I don't know if they wanted to be public, but I did know, and I know they were blue. I know it's because of World War II. I don't know if that's just because I'm a history nut or because I'm an Eagles fan, but I knew about that.
Wait. The uniform was blue?
I knew their color was blue. I don't know if the uniforms, I forget if it was like there was a shortage because of World War II. It was like mixed match, but I do know the logo was blue because I think it was the yellow and green.
I didn't know. I don't know that I've seen the logo. I just knew during World War II that the Eagles and Steelers combined for the Steagles, which, where'd they play their home game? I have so many questions.
That I don't know.
In Harrisburg? I got a lot of questions. At any rate, let's go. I'll take the Jets to win the game. I don't know why. I mean, I'll take the Jets because they got to win one of these at some point, right? These are both bad teams. I'm not picking Mac Jones over Aaron Rodgers, especially with the way Aaron Rodgers played last week. So I'll take the Jets to finally win one of these games late. I don't know. Same score I picked for all of them, I guess. I'll switch it up for you. 21-20, Jets.
Next up, the Washington Commanders are at the New Orleans Saints.
Still don't know who the Saints quarterback is, huh? They're like competing during the week of practice, Hayner and Rattler. Let me just tell you, you got two quarterbacks competing to see who the starter is during practice during the week. That's not a great look. And by the way, I don't believe that for a second. I believe that, deep down, Darren Rizzi has a very good feel for who he wants to be the quarterback this week, but he's at least acting like there's a competition and they'll see how the guys perform. What you really don't want, though, is you don't want both guys only getting half the reps. You want to get whoever you're going to go with, you want to get him as many reps as possible so he's in the best position to succeed. At any rate, it's a long-winded way of me saying I'll be taking the Commanders in this game. They're fresh, coming off a bye. Their last game, they rolled over the Titans. And I think that they're ready to, finish this season strong and have a chance to win a playoff. I think there's going to be a lot of sacks unless he gets rid of the ball. He just takes so many sacks. It's not a good look. And for the Vikings, I have not been as impressed by the Bears defense. Brock Purdy shredded them. Darnold's been on fire. Darnold should be a top 5 in the MVP voting. I expect that to continue. And I expect the Vikings to do a lot of the same things against the Bears defense that the Niners did. Kevin O'Connell comes basically from that same tree. So let's go Vikings 27, Bears 17 maybe, or 24-17, something like that.
And we'll wrap things up with our final game with the Atlanta Falcons, who are traveling all the way to Las Vegas to play the Raiders.
So I guess as we're talking, I still don't know who the quarterback will be for the Raiders. Sounds like it'll be Ritter, but maybe they'll let Aiden O'Connell play with this bruised knee. I don't think it really matters. I mean, is that clearly the worst quarterback situation in the NFL this year? I mean, or at least right now. I think Cousins plays better. I think the Falcons get a much-needed win to kind of keep their season alive at this point. So I don't think they put a ton of points up, but I think it's like 24-17. 24-17 Falcons get the win. How nice would it be to have a chance to watch all these games with your child or grandchild? Guess what? You can. It's called Future Fans. And in particular, futurefans.com/Ross to get 10% off. It's only $49.99, which I feel like is like the perfect price point for a holiday gift. Here is what you're giving whoever you get this for. Maybe it's for your own children. Maybe it's for a friend. You're giving them the gift of quality time with you because it's a storybook-led activity. Get them off the devices. Get them off their iPad or Nintendo Switch or phone or whatever. Get them off their devices. Get them reading a book with you, then doing activities with you or whoever, doesn't matter, and then they will love football as much as you do. They'll sit next to you on the couch and watch the games, which is basically you're giving them a gift for the rest of their life. Futurefans.com/Ross. It is the holiday season, which means it's time to hang out with family and friends, drink Smirnoff, the world's #1 vodka and an official vodka partner of the NFL. So many opportunities this year to make football games even more delicious as you watch them. We already had Thanksgiving and Black Friday. Now we've got Christmas, these Saturday games coming up. Please drink responsibly. Smirnoff #21 vodka, distilled from grain, 40% alcohol by volume. The Smirnoff Company, New York, New York. Please do not share with anyone under legal drinking age. Smirnoff, we do game days. I got winners, Jack. I didn't forget. I want to give out winners. Just save it for the end of the show this time. How about our Spread the Word winner? And this is Tim Walter, who posted on social media and emailed it to us, his Spotify Wrapped showing us as the #1 show he listened to on Spotify this week. I love it, Tim. Email me again now, ross@rosstucker.com with your address, and I'll send you one of these awesome press passes. If you've been paying attention to what games I've been going to this year, you can specify the press pass. If I still have it, I'll send it to you. Same with the sponsor confirmation email winner, Norm Physicus. He got a box from Future Fans. Absolutely love that. Got the Future Fans box that we were just talking about. He got that for his kids. He's a big Lions fan. So, Norm, yes, I will send you the Lions-Packers press pass. He even included that in the email. Hey, if I win, I'd love to get the Lions-Packers press pass. You got it, Norm. Love that you got one of those Future Fans boxes. Such a cool Christmas gift. And then the YouTube shout-out, Frank Panico. Every week on YouTube, youtube.com/Ross Tucker NFL, he makes a comment saying he loves when I go on Donnie and Dolly, which is a digital show, and it's on the radio in Vancouver, British Columbia. So thank you, Frank. I see your YouTube comments every week, which is why you're the winner. Let me know what you want me to do with the shout-out, youtube.com/Ross Tucker NFL. Just send me that email. Other than that, now I think we're done here.
Thanks for tuning in to the Ross Tucker Football Podcast. Make sure to also check out Even Money, Fantasy Feast, and College Draft, all on the DraftKings Network, YouTube, or subscribe to the podcast on your favorite platform.
Shout out myfrontpagestory.com. Huge fan of telling loved ones how you feel about them. It's not too late. It's never too late. It's never too late, honestly, until they're gone. So get one of these for them while they're still alive. myfrontpagestory.com, myfrontpagestory.com, backofficescheduler.com, humanheadnyc.com, Sporticulture.